you guys doing out there? You guys keeping it Jesus? And you know what this means, don't you? It means I'm the world's most positive performer. Yeah, you know why? Because it's easier to do this than this. Right? You can try it. Try it. Yeah, it's easier to do that than this. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Jesus, you guys like Obama? Yeah, anybody else in here a Democrat? Like me? You like following Jesus? No? Okay. You like political jokes? Yeah, I don't really like political jokes as a Christian. You know why I'm a Democrat? Because I'm a Christian. As a Christian, I don't really care for political jokes. I don't like them. I don't much care for politics as a Christian, actually. I'm just looking forward to when the Lord comes back. Right? Right? You guys, anybody else in here like me? You're a Christian? You're looking forward to when Jesus comes back? Kills everybody that's not like you? It's going to be great. So, has anybody in here seen Jim Carrey tonight? Saw Jim Carrey in here tonight? Probably didn't. Probably a good reason for that. I rarely see Jim Carrey at any point in my performance. In fact, I've never seen Jim Carrey in any place I've ever performed. There's a story behind that. People ask me all the time if I have something to say to Jim Carrey, and I do. Back in the 90s, Jim Carrey stole my act. And I had to come up with all this material. So yeah, I got something to say to Jim Carrey. And I got a message for him. Hey, Jim Carrey. Why don't you pay your bills? I'm broke. I've been broke since the 90s, but I'm still broke. So, I'm a Democrat. Now, the reason I'm a Democrat is because I'm a Christian. And the reason I'm a Christian is because I'm a liberal. And the reason I'm a liberal is because I like to feel good. Now, my main job as a liberal is to know when people ought to think and how they ought to act. Follow me? My main job as a Christian is to tell people how they ought to think and how they ought to act. And my main job as a Democrat is to show people how they ought to think and how they ought to act. That's why I have to pass the bill to see what's in it. I like your hat, by the way. But not only that, as a Democrat, you have to front the war to see who wins it. You have to record the call to see who made it. You have to bomb the compound to see who got it. But you got to do it in that order. Because you can't know who's going to get it until after you bomb it. See, once you bomb it, then you dig through the rubble and you see who got it. So you got to bomb the compound to see who got it. Before you can do that, you've got to track the call. You got to record the call to see who made it. Because you can't just go around varying whose calls you're recording. You have to record the call and then see who made it. Otherwise, how are you going to record the call and see who made it? And then before that, of course, you have to fund the one to see who wins, right? Because these things can go on forever. I mean, somebody's got to win it, and how are you going to see who wins it unless you just fund it? Right? The first thing you got to do before you do all that is you got to start the war to see who profits. Right? Because you can't know who profits unless you know who starts it, and what's the point of starting it unless you're going to profit. And how can you see again if you're going to profit unless you start? Because you've got to start the war to see who profits. You've got to fund the war to see who wins it. You've got to record the call to see who made it. You've got to bomb the compound to see who got it. Which is the reason why you've got to pass the bill to see what's in it. Which is my job as a Democrat. So, now speaking of Democrats, I don't want anybody to get offended because I'm a Christian. I spend a lot of time talking about Jesus. You know how I know that Jesus was a Democrat? Right? You know how I know that? Because he was always using other people's money to pay his bills. Right. Jesus was that's his job. He used other people's money to pay his bills. So, well, that's what I got for tonight, since I came on very late. I want to thank you. My name, again, is Randall. You can call me Randy. You have to sign it unless you say it. Good night. Thank you.